My name is Rachelle Smith, entrepreneur, professional speaker, and author. Last time, I highlighted the importance of recognizing, again, authenticity is so important. And I really want to delve deep into this topic. So I bridged last time and promised you this series of tough love topics on authenticity. I wanted to just, again, take a step back. We think about authenticity, and as it relates to us as human beings, essentially in a nutshell, it's being real. It's being real. It's being real. It's being real. Okay? Taking off the masks, not putting on any airs, not trying to impress people, all of this and that detracts from authenticity. And we think about life and we think about the reason why so many people are unhappy. But that's because they're not expressing their true authentic selves. They're not living authentic lives. And Lord, and let me tell you, I'll be the first one to tell you, years ago, I was guilty of that myself. The comparing, the competing, and trying to, climb the corporate ladder because society said that was acceptable and that's the way to do it. And folks, when I got off that what I call the crazy train of, doing all of this and that and trying to compare and compete and doing all this stuff, and it just wasn't living an authentic life. When I got off that train, folks, my life has never, ever been the same. And so I just want to challenge you to be real. As hard as it is, because again, if you've been wearing masks for the last 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, even 10 weeks, take off the masks. Yes, it's a big risk, and you probably fear rejection and think that people aren't going to think as well of you if you begin to show the real you. But there's so much freedom in just being yourself and being who you are. And that's certainly one of the greatest lessons that I've learned in authenticity, is that, again, there's just this very freeing to just be you. To just be you, because the real you is okay. All right, got a whole episode on that coming next time, but the real you is okay. And when I think back to my last position in the corporate world, I was in biotechnology sales. I had a new sales manager at the time, and I remember this like it was yesterday. And I remember exactly where we were in Warren, Michigan. I was having a ride along, so he rode along with me that day, and we were debriefing after a sales call in Warren, which of course is one of the larger suburbs here in Detroit. And I so remember that. He said, "You know what, Rachelle?" I guess we had ridden for a few hours already that day, and we were about to wind down. And then he said, "You know what, Rachelle? I'll tell you a couple things about you that I've gathered today. Number one, you're genuine. There's just not a false, fake bone in your body. And number two, you're very comfortable with yourself." And I actually alluded particularly to that second point when he told me that I was very comfortable with myself. And I alluded to this particular point in my leadership book. And I remember pointing out in my book, now see, humility would have said, well, you know what? I appreciate it, Manager X. I'm not going to name him. I appreciate that, Manager X. But, I haven't always been this way. It's been, a period of long, serious focus and commitment to personal growth and professional development that has really kind of got me to this place. And, all of this and that. But what did I say? Oh, really? Thanks. So see, I had my own authenticity challenges even back then, okay, several years ago. So I could have just been real and said, you know what, that's been a big struggle because I've been on the train, I've been running on the treadmill to nowhere myself plenty of times in my life. So just be real. Your relationships are going to improve. Your interactions with people are going to improve. But like I said, but most importantly, you'll just be free. You'll be free. There's such captivity and bondage to, what is everybody going to think? What is everybody going to do? What if nobody likes me? You know what I'm saying? Like all of that, what I call the high school mentality where, I'll just play. Everybody's plagued by insecurities and got to fit in. And what's everybody going to do, say, and think? And you're, trying to, you're putting on these masks. You're learning to put on these masks fairly early on in life. But just be you. Just be real. Again, you got to be, and again, just being real, it's going to take some serious growth and confidence, but particularly in inner security. How you feel about yourself deep down. Are you worthy of just living your authentic best life and being happy beyond measure? Or do you believe that you deserve to just, again, be placed in this box where you just can't move, essentially? Because that's how not being authentic will restrict you, all right, in so many different ways. And so I'm telling you folks, my life has never been the same. Each and every aspect of my life, I always strive. That's just always my goal. Just be real. Just be real. All right. And so, like I told you, when I was in Louisiana, I had my own struggles with this lack of authenticity. As an undergraduate, I had a couple of administrators who, were, for the university, who really thought I should run for public office because I had it down to a science. I mean, Louisiana is just a very political state, a very long history, and so I learned early on as an undergraduate how to play the political game. Play politics and all of that in the corporate world. It certainly helped me, and I certainly played that game well, in the corporate world. But not being genuine, and I can look back now and realize in many cases I just wasn't genuine. And now when I look back now and I'm thinking it feels so great to just be real. It's just so great to be real. Even this past Monday here in the gym. I always give a lot of gym examples, don't I? Well, that's just because, there's just some people that lack etiquette. And so there's always something going on, from a bad etiquette standpoint. And so I'm on the treadmill. No, I've already done all my cardio. So I'm walking on the treadmill. So this is my final cardio machine, walking on the treadmill, cool down. Okay, got my Bluetooth earbuds in, got my iPad in my right hand, looking off to the right. So again, this is the main aisle, so I'm looking off to the right. So I don't think anything else could have communicated any more than I don't want to be bothered than that. And this guy comes up to me and I'm just like, what? Now what middle-aged man is it going to be today? And this man, sure enough, I just wanted to let you know that you're really doing a great job jumping rope. Now what is this? And my response was very authentic. That's what I'm gonna say. Because it's like, show some manners. That's what I don't get. That's just I couldn't be fake. I'm never fake in the gym. That is so true. I'm never fake. And in that situation, it's like, okay, show some manners. You know what? Excuse me. I'm sorry to interrupt you. I realize you're over there reading, but I just wanted to tell you this real quick. Okay? I mean, that's just kind of common sense, common courtesy. All right? Just etiquette. And that's why, again, Martin Luther King Day, last week, I'm in their final machine, triceps pull down. I told you that's the machine where in history, I don't think I've ever been just interrupted by just men that I have zero interest in talking to. And so here again, this man's trying to get my attention, and he comes around and stands in front of me and says, "Oh, was that you in there twirling the baton? You were really good in there." And I'm like, what is this? Yet again, I had my head earbuds in, whatever, and I'm just thinking, and again, I had a very authentic response. I just cannot be fake. But it's just, but that's an example, folks. Again, fitness is something that is very important to me. All right. And so if something is, if somebody's interrupting me at an inappropriate time or whatever, I've got to be real. Okay. Like Dr. Phil said, and I love his quote, we teach people how to treat us. But we've got to be real in those situations. We can't be afraid of conflict. We can't be afraid of hurting people's feelings. We've got to just be ourselves and be honest, in every aspect of your life. Okay, for you, you may be in college and you may be struggling in a class and you just feel like, the instructor's just not connecting with you, or their instructor's speaking too fast, or, whatever. Speaking far above speaking above everyone's heads, and no one has the courage or the confidence or authentic enough to say, you know what, professor, we love your class, but we're having some struggles in X, Y, Z. See how freeing that is. But it's going to take you overcoming. What is everybody going to think? What is everybody going to say? What's going to happen to me? Am I going to get rejected? Am I going to get ostracized? But there's just freedom in being authentic and communicating the truth and communicating your truth. Okay, people will live. People will live. Both of those men in the gym that were recently interrupted me at a bad time, they're both still living, okay? And so recognize people will be okay, but you've got to be authentic. You've got to be real, okay? And I just want to leave you with that particular thought, because the real you is okay. And that's going to be the next episode, but I just really wanted you to get this point down. Be real, folks. Be real, all right? And I look forward to continuing this very important topic of authenticity for the next several episodes. Thanks so much for your time. Make it a wonderful day.